Who the hell are you? All right, guys, we are hitting the road again, and this time I am joined by my friend Manish. Manish is a visual effects artist here in LA. What are some of the shows and movies you've done in the past?
I've worked with The Flash, The Supergirl, and The Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Those are the big shows.
And then Stranger Things, right?
Yep, those are the
Stranger
first
Things as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you have no knowledge or background in sports cards, right?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you will. And so on this trip, we're gonna go to a card shop opening up in Camarillo, and I'm gonna show Manish what it's all about, what the excitement's about, and hopefully I'll get him hooked. So welcome back. Now let's get to work. Yeah, there you go. That you do this. Yeah, it's the little finger gun. That's what it is. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what gets the likes.
Yeah.
Home where I wanted to go. Home where I wanted to go. Go do what you like. Who's the friend you're meeting up with later?
I am dating someone.
Oh, okay. Shit. How'd you meet her?
Online.
App?
Yeah, app.
Okay. Tinder, Bumble?
Bumble.
Bumble's solid. Bumble's a solid app. Really.
Just gives more, opportunity for a girl to come up first. It's good because it means that she want to talk, right?
Yeah, it's efficient.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we have made it to Camarillo. And Manish, what are your expectations?
Well, I do not know what this is. Okay, I don't have any. I try to have no any expectation, and I just want to go with the flow and see what it is and how the experience is going to be for me.
All right, low expectations is the way to go. I think Buddha once said, expectation is the root of all suffering. So that's why when you watch my channel, no expectations, and you might be pleasantly surprised.
Hi, I'm Brittany here at the Marks Cards opening. We have a free raffle going on, a free prize every 30 minutes, and if you make a purchase, we can give you a free spin for more free product.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's April 17, 2021. We're here at our grand opening today. It's been an awesome experience, from the journey we've been on from starting with PSA grading, with the whole family joining, and today's the day we get to open up our shop. As you can see here, our whole goal is to be vertically integrated, while including, our family. How this journey started was, 4 years ago, I lost my brother Mark, and once that happened, I just tried to find an outlet or something positive that I can offer and bring back, and just kind of get my excitement back. And what do you know, we're here today on April 17, 2021, just having a blast of a time and just taking it day by day. And nothing better than sharing it with friends and family. And sold 2 cards for $400, and I thought that was like crazy. But then I thought, why am I selling the cards raw? And then I figured, I'm going to start doing grading. And so I started doing grading, and that's kind of how it all started. And then once the shop got here, then I started thinking, how the heck are we going to build all this stuff? So, with my dad, he actually works in the emergency room locally here at the hospital, and he loves to build. He's just like a creator. So I said, Dad, what about this, these shelves? And so we went and found a guy. He had some wood. Then my dad painted them, and we did that. And, a local business went out, our local business went out, with the COVID hitting. And, we ended up buying the display cases from him. And they're just kind of going around and just seeing how we can help people on top of helping the whole thing. And, and that's kind of how we built the whole shop out. We could go detail to detail on the whole thing, and from the pack wall to it all. And, just thinking about all those little things along the way, because like I mentioned, I started with 2 cards here, and just buying and grading, and just one step at a time. So,
no credit cards.
No credit cards. Yeah, no credit. No investors. Just family. Family, love, support. Just being who you are. That's kind of how we built this.
This is Sean. I've met him several times here at the show, and he picked up something pretty special. What do you got?
Kobe Bryant Topps paper in PSA 10.
What do you think of that, Manish?
Well, it looks like a nice picture of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, it's an iconic card. I've been looking for a while, found a good deal.
Okay.
Picked it up when the current dip, so I feel like it's a good investment to get in this card.
Mind saying how much it was?
I picked up for $5,000.
And how what's the valuation going to be after?
Well, we never know, but
Okay.
this topped out almost at 11,000.
And how many copies are there in the world?
There's around 2,800 of PSA 10.
Okay. How do you know it's a PSA 10?
It's graded. It's Gem Mint 10.
Okay.
PSA is a grading company.
Okay.
So they grade scale from 1 to 10.
Okay.
This is the top 10 out of 10.
Okay, awesome.
So I got into cards like at the end of the NBA season last year, so like right around when the prices were dipping. So I feel like I got in at a good time. But like growing up, like sports is my hobby, so I do this full time now. It doesn't feel like it's work. It just my work is like researching like players, trends, checking the market, and just being able to watch them play, and then at the end of the day, like choosing the ones that I want to invest in, and also collect as a PC. And it's been able to help me sustain like decent income through this pandemic. I graduated college recently, couldn't find a job, so I decided to stick to this instead. And it's been going pretty well.
Do you think this sports car is going to be in like 4 or 5 years from now?
It's hard to say 4 or 5 years. The boom right now is like pretty unprecedented, so I'm just taking advantage of that right now. But I know Gary Vee has mentioned like the bubble could pop at any time, so just being
Ready for that.
being like I guess safe with your investments and not maybe being greedy with your profits, and being willing to move off cards when you've made a healthy margin. I think soccer is a very undervalued market right now, with like the international events coming up with the Euros in the summer, World Cup next year. So I'm getting into soccer, but like my bread and butter is mainly basketball. Right now you can't go wrong with investing in LeBron. And then also dabbling a little bit with football. Like I think the hot quarterbacks right now that I'm looking into are like Lamar and Kyler.
Same here. So Manish here found a card on the ground. What'd you find?
I found a LaVisca Chenault.
LaVisca Chenault, who is a wide receiver of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he just dropped it, pretty much destroyed any chance of it being worth anything. But there it is. So the interesting thing is, why would you invest in LaVisca Chenault? And the big reason that stands out to me is that the Jacksonville Jaguars have the #1 pick in the upcoming draft, and they're probably going to pick Trevor Lawrence. And so because of that, the wide receivers of that team and the running backs and the other positions should benefit. So does that make sense from an investing standpoint?
It does. I mean, just for me, it's like this is my first investment.
And you found it. So I mean, you're like zero in. The downside's very low, the upside's very high.
What's your name again?
Michael.
Michael, Manish. So I want to ask you, what's the sports cards for you? What is it like for you?
So sports cards is a way for me to not only enjoy sports, but have something tangible that I can own, that makes me feel like I'm a part of it. I've been doing it for a long time, but you know, here in LA and stuff, it's like I love watching basketball, like NBA basketball. I watch so much of it. This gives me a way to not only watch, but to be able to almost gamble in a way. Because if a guy has a really good game, like maybe I own one of his cards and it goes up in value. So it's like, but to me, it's safer than gambling, because even if the guy doesn't have a good game, it's still worth something. So, but what it is for me, I don't try to or like to identify with cards too much, you know, but cards is a really, really big part of my life, because I've been doing it so long. And now here in LA, it's a beautiful thing, because there's so many people out here that collect, and so many people that are in the hobby out here, that it creates a really cool community of sellers, buyers, traders, and everything in between. But I mean, I was bartending, man, for like 3 years, literally just making, you know, $3,000 a month and dropping $1,500 a month of that into cards, and not living off of much.
That's how you invested your money in. Okay. So what is it like wearing underwear as a mask?
Well,
All right, guys, we are headed back to LA from Camarillo. Manish here has his salad in a cup, which I think is very strange, but whatever, no judgment. But Manish, now that we're headed back after your first introduction into sports cards and the community, what's your impression, man? What are some of your takeaways?
Well, first of all, as I said, I was not expecting anything, right? I just went there and it was really awesome because you are interacting with people who are actually in the card business for a while. And there are also people who are trying to introduce you and educate you what the card business actually is. And this guy right here, Brad, who's been in the video information for the card, has educated me a lot today, and I'm really excited and I'm looking forward to learn more from this guy.
There you go. So lesson learned, pour all of your money into sports cards and nothing else.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So kiss me.
That's gonna make it for sure.